Hey, welcome back to How I Makes Up, guys. I'm here today with my lovely model Scarlett, also a big makeup lover as well, and we are going to do the Vanessa Hudgens look today. So I'm going to start with the Chanel Vitalumiere base, and Vanessa Hudgens has a really nice kind of tanned, beautiful kind of flawless base, so Scarlett's providing that very easily for me today. She's got a really nice tan from holiday. And I'm just going to buff this all over the skin, and this is quite a nice moisturising foundation as well, so you're going to get that nice youthful glow. But just make sure you buff it in to the neck as well and any kind of skin that's showing. And I'm going to work with mostly kind of more cream eyeshadows today, so it's kind of getting that Vanessa Hudgens eye. I definitely say she's more of an eye girl. So next I'm just going to take a brow groomer tool and I'm just going to give Scarlett's brows a little groom, and we're going to fill them in using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium ash. So I'm just going to go follow the natural shape and just thicken up ever so slightly. And I would definitely say Vanessa has kind of a medium to thick brow. It's sort of nice and full towards the outer corner. And I'm just going to add a little bit of Mystery and MAC powder just to kind of darken the outer corners of the brow. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this to thicken up on the outside corner. And I'm just going to run this through the brow with a MAC 266 brush. So for the eyes, I'm going to start with the Rimmel Scandaleyes Rich Russet, and I'm just going to use this. I'm going to take it straight from the bullet, so just close me, Scarlett. I'm going to run this all over the lid, and it's a really kind of warm toned makeup, this look. So it's great if you just got back from holiday and you've got a good tan. So quite messy, just all over the lid, and then taking a MAC 217, I'm just going to start buffing that over the eye and just kind of blend into the crease. And just let that colour kind of wash through the eyes a little bit. And I'm going to add a little bit more nearer the lash line, just to build up the intensity of that kind of pigment. And then just blend in the top again. And I think the thing with a kind of cream to powder formulation, it means it's longer lasting and it's much less messy because it's not going to fall down the skin. And I'm going to take the same colour under the eye as well, so look up my Scarlett. And I'm going to take this kind of all the way along to just before the inner corner. And again with your MAC 217, just blend that out to join up to where you kind of pulled the eye out at the outer third. And then I'm going to take a bit of MV Colour eyeshadow in Mist just to pop onto the inner corners. And I'm going to use a MAC 239 brush for that. Just to give a little bit of a pop of highlight. Just to kind of open the eyes up a little bit as well. And then blend with your 217 again as well. Just so it's quite a nice kind of subtle highlight. So I'm going to take the Iman Afterglow bronzer. I'm going to be using this on the cheeks as well, but I want to use this first to kind of buff this through the crease as well, just to warm it up even more. So I'm going to take a fluffy NARS number 13 brush, and I'm going to use the kind of sparkly tan colour. And just close them down. So I'm just working that through the eye on the outer corners, just to give that even more warmth. And look up again. A little bit underneath as well, just blend that down. And then I'm going to take the Gosh Smokey eyeliner. I'm going to take this over the top lid, pop this into the lash line, make sure your pencil's quite sharp, and you're going to kind of smudge this and smoke it out a little bit. So again, do messy dots if that's easier. And then I'm just going to take a NARS number 12 brush and I'm just going to smudge that into the lash line. So just work with the liner, and you just want to really kind of smudge that into the roots. So you get a nice black deep line. And I'm going to take the same pencil, just take that kohl through the waterline, right into the inner tear duct. And then you're going to do a few extra dots on the outer corner as well. Just look up this colour. And just smudge those dots as well on the outer corner. And then just pull it out a little bit as well. So you get more of a kind of cat eye, a little bit of nice almond shape. And close my scarf. And then you can just join that up on top as well actually, so you get more kind of extension on top of the eye as well. Just make sure it's nice and you've got that kind of smoky lash line, so you're just keeping the smokiness mostly at the lash line. Okay, so I'm going to take a pair of kind of quite wispy style false lashes, any brand will do, and some duo, and I'm going to use my Shuamura lash tool as well to apply these. So let your glue dry for about 30 seconds, And I've trimmed these ones as well to fit Scarlett's eyelashes, so just make sure you trim them down to fit your eye shape. So I'm just going to place these on top of Scarlett's eyelash. So kind of place it to the middle first, and then you can kind of wiggle it down to where you want it to sit on top of the eyelash. And you can just kind of squeeze it to the natural lashes as well, just so it really adheres well. I'm going to take a bit of the L'Oreal Miss Manga Volume. I'm going to put that on the top and the bottom lashes. So just look right up for me, Scarlett, and if I turn your head this way a little bit, I'm going to pop some of this. I'm going to do quite a lot of mascara because I do think if you look at Vanessa's eyes, it's a very kind of heavy mascara look. And definitely on that outer third as well, just really layer that mascara. And you just want to blend those all together. And then take a little bit of that bronzer colour as well, just under the eye, just to soften and warm it a little bit under that black liner. So I'm going to take a bit of MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW25 and NC25. I'm going to mix those two together under Scarlett's eyes, and for that I'm going to use a vegan synthetic soft definer by Zoeva. And I'm just going to mix those on the back of my hand. If you look up for me, Scarlett, I'm kind of use this to sculpt a little bit as well under the eyes. And I do want it that little bit lighter around the eye area, so I'm going in with this kind of like a highlight as well. I'm going to just pull that down the cheekbone, and I'm just going to buff that through as I go along. A little bit around the nose as well, and I'm just going to blend that into the cheek. And then more on the outer part of the cheek, just to kind of lift and sculpt, and you want to take that from the inside of the face, blending outwards. And I'm just using this to sculpt a little bit as well, to give a little bit extra dimension to the skin. A little bit on the chin. And then just with what's left on the brush, just turn that way for me, Scarlett. I'm just going to highlight a little bit in the centre of the forehead, just for a little kind of pop of light. So I'm going to take MAC Prep and Prime powder, and the thing I really like about this powder is it's really soft under the eyes. I found actually if someone has normal skin or kind of even dry skin, this is quite a safe powder to use because it doesn't mattify to the point where it looks heavily powdery and made up. So it's good just to kind of lightly set the skin. It's really nice just dusted under the eye. It just goes really, really soft, and it doesn't kind of change the way your makeup looks. With your number 12 brush, and you can just kind of really smooth out and soften underneath, so it's not kind of a harsh line, just with what's left on the brush, so you don't even need to put more product on. And then I think Vanessa Hudgens' look is all about kind of the bronzy look as well, so I'm going to take a bit of YSL bronze, and this one is in number 20, and it's quite a reddy bronze, but it's really nice if you already have quite a deep tan. So I'm going to take this on a Charlotte Tilbury Sculpt brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of this kind of into the contour but blend it up a little bit. So if you turn that way for me, Scarlett, just follow the top of the ear down towards the jaw, and I'm just going to use this to add a bit more depth and warmth back to the skin. Don't forget your temples. And instead of blush, I'm going to take Iman Afterglow, which again is kind of a shimmery bronzer you could even use on its own, but it has a really nice kind of coral, burgundy and bronze mixed together. And I find this kind of all kind of swirled together gives a really nice blush effect, especially when you've got a good strong tan. And with this you won't really need kind of a highlighter either because of the shimmer in it. And just kind of allow that to go from the apples blended into the kind of more contoured bronze in the cheek. A little bit apricot-y, a little bit peachy, but it's very, very strongly pigmented. So what you can do as well is keep your powder brush close to hand and just soften anything that you might need to. And so to start with on the lips, I'm going to take a bit of Bobbi Brown Pale Pink, and I'm just going to use this, just turn this way for me, Scarlett. I'm just going to use this to kind of outline the lips and make them a little bit fuller. And again, if you look at kind of Vanessa Hudgens' lips, she does seem to like a bit of sheeny pink with her kind of bronzy eye. I'm just taking this a little bit over the top of Scarlett's top lip line. And then top of the lip liner, I'm just going to take a bit of the Clinique Chubby Stick in Mighty Mimosa, and I'm just going to use this straight from kind of the bullet, and I'm just going to pop this on, and it's quite a balmy natural finish, but it still gives that kind of glossy shine, which I think is definitely something Vanessa has in her makeup. So that's the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. That's your Vanessa Hudgens makeup tutorial. Please subscribe and like, and I'll see you soon for more videos. Thanks, guys. Bye.